Hello, fellow Flosstubers. It's Patty here with episode 100. Today is April the 6th, 2020. On today's show, I have an FFO, whips, haul, machine sewing, knitting, and spinning. So sit back and relax. Grab your beverage of choice. Mine is water today. Your craft of choice, and let's chat. So how was everybody's week? Mine was the same. I stayed home for most of the week. On Saturday, I picked up my mother's groceries, took them out there, did a couple of chores for her, took her garbage, put things away, just odds and ends that I could do for her. Didn't hug her goodbye, didn't kiss her goodbye, waved at her goodbye, and came home. And Sunday morning, around 10 o'clock, she called and says, "Is your internet out?" I'm like, no, my internet is not out. So she was so sad because not only is her internet out, but her cable is out as well. So no internet, no TV. So I sat here for a couple hours and I went, shoot. And I drove out there, tried to mess around with it, called tech. Tech couldn't figure out what's wrong with it. So Wednesday, they're going to have someone go out there. So hopefully this person will be virus free and be taking care of himself and can get her internet and cable back up. It's really the pits when, both of them go out. I mean, having one go out is bad enough, but both of them to go out. And she, she's only got the dog, so she's kind of lonely. But so I went ahead. My dad had a iPhone. He had I gave him my iPhone 5 when I got my new iPhone. So, and my mom just had a flip phone, so I switched their phones. So now she's got a smartphone with a little bit of internet, not a lot, but a little bit. So at least we can text and call and text and do all that. But yeah, poor mama. Poor mama. So, yeah, that was my week. Just staying home, cleaning the house, having the hubs here. It was kind of interesting, but, we didn't get in each other's way, and it was fine. I didn't turn the TV on for a long time because he was making phone calls, and I didn't want to disturb his phone calls, so, which was fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. So, I had an FFO. I went ahead and put my cottage garden samplings Halloween sampler and made it into a pillow. So I am so happy I got it done. I mean, it's not quite, it's off-centered, but that's okay. I cut this side too short, so I had to make do. But yeah, I can kind of sew a straight line every once in a while, but not very often. But here's the back fabric, and here's the front. I was so happy with how this turned out. So yeah, very, very happy. I would highly recommend that pattern. It was a lot of fun. Okay, and then my Mirror Monday for last week, which was the last Monday of March, was Lady Mirabilia. And I am stitching her on 32 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. And she's got an arm. Look, guys, she's got a hand, she's got an arm, and she's got another arm. So I did quite a bit on her this time. I mean, all of the dress, a little bit of that, and her arms. So in a month I did get quite a bit accomplished on her. That's kind of why I like Mirror Mondays, because I do get some things accomplished. So, yeah. I'm very happy. So she will get put away until she is called for Whip Go. She has not been called yet for the Whip Go board. Okay, and then on the 31st, I pulled out Carriage House Samplings Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow. I swear sometimes. Okay, so I'm on this. Throat is really dry today. So I did a little bit on this. I just worked on some more of the grass. So this is 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus, and I am doing it 1/2 for my dark 13 and my dark end of the month, whether it's the 30th or the 31st. So hopefully I can at least get a couple of blocks done this year. Don't know, but we'll see. We shall see. And then on the 1st, I pulled out my first Whip Go, which was Titania. I think it's Titania. I'm not sure. Tatiana, I have no idea. But she is the Queen of the Fairies by Mirabilia. And I am using what fabric? Good question. Oh, 32 count chestnut, and it's probably by Witchelt, because it's awfully stiff. And I started on her hair, and this is part of her wing there in Krynic. So yeah, didn't get a whole lot done on her. This last week I just haven't felt like stitching a lot. I've worked on a lot of things, but I just didn't feel like it sometimes. So a lot of my stitching didn't get a lot of work, but they at least got touched. And then on Thursday, I did this first. So this is one of my haul, and I went ahead and just started working on it. I picked out a memorial piece for my dad, and it is When Life is Done. And I did purchase all of the called for colors, which were Weeks Dye Works and Gast, except for Cinnamon Twist, because they didn't have Cinnamon Twist. So I'll read this to you. I love you just as much today as when you died and flew away. I'll not be sad nor shed a tear. Your memories will linger near. We'll meet again when life is done and soar away beyond the sun. So that's my memorial piece for my dad, and I'll put his initials and his date of birth and date of death in there. And I am doing this on 32 count lamb's wool. And this is really stiff, so I think this might be Witchelt, but that's what I got done on there. And I did change out this color, the red, because I wanted the red to pop more. So that's a Victorian motto sampler. But I am using the called for, and then some of the DMC I switched out for Victorian motto samplers. So yeah, I am very happy with this project. So not too much I can say about that. I'm gonna work on this and hopefully get it done. His birthday is in October, so I want to get done before his birthday. So you will be seeing this one probably at least twice a month, maybe. See how much I can get done, or if I just feel like working on it and remembering him. So I'm putting prayers and love into it as I am stitching on it. So yeah, my picture this, or my 1, 2, 3 stitch order came in a day early, even with all the flights being canceled and everything else. It came in right. So I also worked on, so that was my Thursday stitch. My Friday stitch, I worked on the Linens and Threads mystery sampler for this year, and I had finished January, and I'm working on February now. So I got the flowers all done except for the pot. There's one more motif here, and then I just need to finish this motif. But I did a lot on this because I had this flower to do, plus the greenery, plus this and this. So I really felt like stitching on this on Friday. So I am stitching this on 18 count oatmeal Aida, and I'm really liking how the colors are coming out. In fact, I put them all on a ring, so that is the colors there. Very, very happy with it. Boy, except for April's is another big thing of flowers right underneath this little thing of flowers. So I may have to change up how I'm doing the flowers. Yeah. And add another color, or not add another color, but use another color. Like maybe the light variegated color for some of the flowers as well. Dang it. This thread wants to get stuck in the zipper. There we go. Alright, so on Saturday I worked on the baby sampler. So I'm only going to show you the top, this part, because I finished the top part except for the birth date, of course. So I finished this. It is done except for the date of birth and the year. So as soon as he's born, I will finish this off. And then I'll have to wait until I can get a frame. But here it is. This is by Christy Patterns off of Etsy. It's Love You to the Moon and Back. So I finished and back, put in the cloud and his name and his birth month. So yay for that being all ready for him to be born. I'm so thrilled that I got that done. And then on Saturday night, I went ahead and did the next installment of Peppermint Purple's 52-week Black Work Sal, and it was that one there. And I started blocking in the next blocks. I thought the middle one was, the thin ones were this week. Nope. I got another full month of broken up blocks, and then I can put a different color in. But, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. So, Sunday, I was going to do a full coverage. I pulled out B. I pulled out the Halloween Fright Night. Nope. Pulled other patterns out. Nope. Couldn't stitch, didn't stitch, didn't stitch. So I finally went ahead and worked on my Prairie Schooler ABCs. And I had worked on this a little bit during the week, but not very much. But look at that cow. I'm working on the cow. So I got a lot of the cow done this week, and a lot of that was, a couple of nights. And then yesterday, I worked a couple hours on it yesterday. I just was not feeling the stitching yesterday at all. So you do what you gotta do, right? Yeah. So that's all of the stitching that I did this week. I wanted to jump in here and say that I got 4 replies to episode 98, and I'm not sure if all 4 wanted to be put in for the prize, so I just went ahead and did it anyway. So I did a random number generator last time, and last one didn't work, so this is the second taping of this episode. And if you recall, I was giving away Owl Forestry's Atlantis, thanks to 1884 Stitchery for letting me do that, because I had an extra copy of the pattern. So my random generator generated the person number 2, and that was Sean Matthews. So Sean, hey, congratulations. You won a copy of the pattern, and I also threw in a needle minder that I made. It's also in the package. So contact me, Sean, and as soon as the restrictions are lifted, I will put this in the mail for you. So I will leave that right there, and I will send that out to you as soon as I can. So shall we talk about the rest of the haul? The rest of my haul, I went ahead and picked up another memorabilia. Yeah, shocker, right? You guys are not shocked at all, are you? I just really liked this when I saw it on Jessie Marie's stitching. So this is the Tree of Hope, and it's number 109. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. And I went ahead and got the 32 count natural brown linen by Witchell. That's what I'm going to put it on. And I actually had I got the Mill Hill and the Karen water lilies as well. So it's all in here. And I pulled all the floss except for, out of my stash, I need, what is it, 5 skeins? No, I need 4 skeins. So I thought that was really good. I only need 4 skeins. And this one will be started sometime this year, because next year is no new starts again for as long as possible. So that's kind of why I wanted to do my Loop Go board with all of my mirrors. So I'll put this Tree of Hope in at some point sometime this year. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so that was my haul. So sewing. I made some masks. They are recommending here in Alaska that even if you're not sick, anytime you go out in public, to wear a mask. So I made my husband a mask, and he wore his on Saturday when he went grocery shopping. I was so proud of him. I made a mask for my mom, and I made a mask for me. I have one extra mask for me as well. So my little Harry Potter mask, I put 3. So there's 2 pieces of backing fabric and 1 piece of pretty fabric. So that is what I did. And I also made myself a Stitch Buddy. So it's the 25 pocket Stitch Buddy. And I was going to try to put the pocket on the back, but I decided to heck with it. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but there we go. 25. I did much better this time. They're not so off, but yeah, I'm not going to make these again. It's just too much. The bias tape and everything, yeah, I'm done. But, you know, I'm glad I did it, because it does make your skills a little better. Okay, so that was sewing. Knitting. I finished this shawl last week. So how exciting is that? So I only had a couple of rows, and then the bind off was all I had to do the last time you guys saw it. So this was out of hand spun. This is the 400 meter sprint. It's a freebie on Ravelry, and yeah, I like the color. I like the hand spun, of course, because yeah, why wouldn't you like your own hand spun? And I was so happy with how it turned out. The projects I've been knitting, because I have been knitting a little bit more this week, because when I'm not stitching, I try to do something else, so I'm knitting. I started the Martina Bem Blanc the hat, and I really like her piece together hats, because you start with a triangle, and this is the triangle that I started, and it is red. It's like strawberry. But you knit the triangle until it fits your head, and then you piece it together, and it's so much fun. I am using a size 3. Is it 3.25? Yeah. So this is a US 3.25 millimeter, and out of hand spun. So this is merino and silk, I believe. I know it's got silk in it, but I don't remember if it's merino, but this is it. So I should have plenty to do the hat. I also brought back out my knitted knockers, and I did a size B, and I am on the decreases now. So it's going to look like that when it's all stuffed. Little knitted knocker. And this, I don't think this is the Pima, I think this is the wrong tag. Because I think this was from Craftsy. Pima cotton from Craftsy. But yeah, so I have enough to probably make another, to make a pair. And that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, knitting. Yay, knitting. I like knitting. I do like my knitting. I do. And then Wednesday we had a Zoom knit night, and that was a lot of fun. I loved talking to my friends. There was 4 of us. We talked for a long time. I think almost 2 hours. It was a great night. So I went ahead, instead of knitted, I pulled out my wheel, my e-wheel, and started spinning again. So I was over here. So all of this over here, from here over, is new. And this is all I have left of my 2 ounce. And then I can ply. That'll be great. And I got this at the last SSK I went to. So this is called Road Trip. It's out of Rambouillet, and it's the First Draft. It's the company. So it's so cool. And yeah, I'm going to bring this out again, and I'm going to spin on Wednesday when we're having our knit night together. So that's so much fun. Okay, plans. My plans are all out the window. I'm going to keep Mirror Monday, and I'm going to stitch whatever I want to stitch. I think that I'm trying too hard to stay in with this. If you've stitched it in the month, you need to stitch all of your stuff, and then you can stitch it again. And I just can't do that anymore, because I'm burning myself out, and that's why I'm not stitching as much. So I went through my stash again of my whips. I pulled the ones that I know I'm not going to touch this year, and I put them in the closet. If I decide that yes, I do want to stitch that this time, I'll pull it out, I'll stitch it, put it back. But I'm not, the only things that have to be stitched on this year, I have to do the whip go because I want to. I still want to do the whip go. I still want to be, work on a mirror, a different mirror every 2 weeks. That's great. And my Mirror Mondays, I really am enjoying my Mirror Mondays, and that's, that's not pulling away from my stitching. And I do like working on the Prairie Schooler ABCs, not necessarily every day for 30 minutes, but when I do, I usually stitch on it for an hour, hour and a half, because it's late at night, and I'm listening to TV and not really paying attention, and I can stitch on it, and it's fine. That's still there. I do like to do dark 13 and dark end of the month stitching, so my Halloween stitches will be coming out in full force because I really do like Halloween stitching, and I have a lot more in my stash to stitch. So I'm going to work on those. I'm going to work on the things that bring me joy. And right now, Halloween's bringing me joy, mirrors are bringing me joy, and yeah, that's roughly my plans. I still am in the semi-sane stitchers, and I am doing the frogs and ladders, but I'm only going to count those on the weekday. Weekends I'm not going to play the game. I'm just going to not roll the dice on the weekends and only roll the dice on the weekdays, because I could do a couple of rounds and then stitch whatever I want to. So that's my plans. The full coverages, I want to get them done. I just don't necessarily like doing full coverage. And I know this about myself, and I shouldn't have bought the bee. I shouldn't have done that, because I really want to do the bee, and I really want the bee, but that confetti really drives me nuts. It really does drive me nuts, because I am a color completionist. At least I try to be a color completionist on a page. If I can reach it, then I'll try. If not, yeah, this is not working for me on full coverages. But I do want to do them. They may come out, they may not. I'm not going to force it for the weekends like I was trying to. Yeah. I hope my rambling hasn't driven you guys crazy and that you'll come back next week. So if you're new, thanks so much for stopping in and checking me out. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week and helping me celebrate my 100th podcast. I can't believe it's 100. It took me a long time to get there because I came and went, and that's, you know, was mostly knitting in the beginning, and now it's cross stitch. But it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy these. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy reading your comments and commenting back. I do have a lot of comments that are 3 years old that I never commented to, and I'm sorry about that. So, yeah, I'm trying to be better about my commenting. And Sean Matthews, please get in touch with me with your snail mail. Snail mail. Yeah, I said that right. So that I can send you Atlantis. And we can stitch it together. That would be so much fun. We could think about that maybe at the end of the year. We could stitch it together. Yay! That would be so much fun. So much fun. So, looking around, I think that I have talked to you guys about everything that I wanted to. So, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope that you stay safe. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.